this one was also done, and I have given you this question to solve at home, right? Where there are three spheres of
Yes, sir.
radius r, 2r and 3r, and switch S1 is closed. Find the capacitance of the system. Now we know that this type of questions can be solved by drawing an equivalent circuit, where I can say that there is a plate, one end is connected to infinity, another plate is there,
Sir,
another
answer
plate
is
is there.
32 pi epsilon naught.
Let me check once. And last plate is also connected to infinity.
Yes, sir. 32 pi epsilon naught R.
As the last one is connected with ground, right? So there should not be any charge residing on the outer surface of the bigger shell, right? So I think that the situation is simple. We can solve it like this. If this is C1, this is C2, then we can draw that there is a capacitance C1, another capacitor is there C2, and this is connected with battery, right? And the rest of the two parts are joined with the battery by earthing, right? So can you see that these two capacitors are in parallel? Yes or no? These two
Yes, sir.
capacitors are in parallel. So I can directly write that the equivalent capacitance of that system is nothing but C1 plus C2, right? And what is C1 plus C2? We can write that it is C1 is 4 pi epsilon naught, 4 pi epsilon naught into AB by A plus B, or divided by 1 by A minus 1 by B, and that is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught. C2 is equal to 1 by 2r minus 1 by 3r. So this is 1 by 2r only, that is 8 pi epsilon naught r, and that is 1 by 6 at 24 pi epsilon naught r. Yes, so the answer is 32 pi epsilon naught r. That should be the answer for this question. Is there any doubt regarding this solution?
Yes, sir.
We have seen how to find the cylindrical
So this
capacitor.
one, can you explain once more cylindrical capacitors?
Cylindrical capacitor, yes. Look, I have here closed that switch. As I have closed that switch, the battery of potential V, it will send few charge on the inner cylinder. Now you can assume the charges to be lambda per unit length, right? As it is a very long cylinder, so you can assume that this charge is lambda coulomb per unit length. So if there is a charge here, can I find what is the potential difference between these two shells, or between these two cylinders? To find the potential difference, let me first calculate the electric field at a distance r from the axis. At a distance r from the axis, if I find electric field, do you remember how do I use Gauss law to find electric field of uh, cylindrical objects? If this is a cylinder, I have taken a Gaussian surface like this of length L, radius r. Then we can say that the electric flux, they are only crossing through that curved surface. For flat surface, the flux is 0, right? Because area vector and E vectors are perpendicular there. So I can write that E dot ds is E into 2 pi r into L, that is equal to the charge inside is lambda into L, because lambda is charge per unit length. So inside that length L, lambda into L charge is enclosed divided by epsilon naught. So I can write that electric field is lambda divided by 2 pi into R epsilon naught, right? And it is R cap if you want its direction. Now what is the dV potential difference? I can write the equation as minus E dot dr. We know that equation. So dV is equal to minus of lambda divided by 2 pi epsilon naught into dr by R, right? Now I will integrate dV from V equal to V to 0, where V is there when a radius equal to A for the smaller one, the potential is V, and when radius equal to B, the potential is 0. So I can say 0 minus V is minus V, that is equal to minus of lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught into ln of B by A, right? Minus minus gets cancelled out. Now you can see that lambda is nothing but charge per unit length, right? And I have to find the capacitance per unit length. So I can say that lambda is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught divided by ln B by A into V, right? So Q equal to CV equation I can use here, where Q I have used the charge per unit length. So C I will get, this is nothing but the answer for C equivalent per unit length, right? That is the answer for this question. 2 pi epsilon by ln B by A. Have you got this one?
Yes.
Let's try to solve the next one. In this figure, there are 3 coaxial long cylinders of radius A2A 3A. Switch S1 is closed. Find the capacitance per unit length of that system. Again, we can solve it by doing an equivalent circuit. Right? There is a plate. You can see that there is a capacitor plate. There will be one more capacitor plate here, one more capacitor plate here, and one more capacitor plate here, right? So again the same type of situation is there. If you see that 2 capacitor plates are there which are in parallel, right? So their equivalent capacitance will be C1 plus C2 only. Right, C1 plus C2. Per unit length I have to calculate. So what is per unit length C1? It is 2 pi epsilon naught divided by ln B by A. 2A by A means ln 2 plus 2 pi epsilon naught divided by ln 3 by 2. Yes. So that should be the answer of this question. Right. 2 pi epsilon naught you can take common. 1 by ln 2 plus 1 by ln 3 by 2. Right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. One second.
বলছি এখানে হচ্ছে ভেতরের প্লেটটা যদি আর্থ করা না থাকতো তাহলে কি করতাম?
ভেতরের প্লেটে আর্থ না থাকলে ভেতরে চার্জ যেতই না তো। ভেতরে চার্জ থাকছে তা ওটাকে ক্যান্সেলই করে দিতে পারতে, নেগলেক্ট করে দিতে পারতে। ঠিক আছে। All right. So now,
স্যার
বলো।
এই কোয়েশ্চেনটাই যদি আরো অনেকগুলো আউটার শেল অ্যাড করে দেওয়া যেত যেগুলো আর্ট করা আছে তাহলে তো মানে ক্যাপাসিটেন্সটা এখন এফেক্ট করতো না।
এর বাইরে এখানে তো কোনো চার্জ নেই, কাজে বাইরের শেলেও কোনো রকম চার্জ হওয়ার কোনো পসিবিলিটি নেই। তো যদি বাইরের শেলে চার্জ দিয়েছো কি দাওনি, উইদাউট এনি চার্জ রেখে দিলে কোনো কিছুই হবে না, কোনো কিছুই হবে না। Okay, so we'll move forward. Now today we are going to study another very important topic. It's energy stored in capacitor. Right. So what is energy stored in capacitor? We have already seen that whenever there is an electric field, energy is stored inside that electric field. Do you remember the formula for energy stored per unit volume? Energy density for an electric field? Do you remember
half
the
epsilon
formula?
square.
Half epsilon E square. It is the energy density or energy stored in the electric field per unit volume. So in a very similar way, as we have connected two parallel plates with a battery, then you can see that what is the energy of the capacitor that I have to calculate, right? So I can easily calculate that. If I know that this charge is plus CV, the capacitance is C, I have assumed. This charge is plus CV, right? And this charge is minus CV. So what is the electric field in between them? Can I say electric field can be simply written as V divided by D here, if the distance is the D in between the plates? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Electric field is V divided by D. Now what is the energy density? Energy density is equal to half into epsilon naught into E square, right? So what is the total energy? That is you can say potential energy only. It is half into epsilon naught into V square by D square multiplied by the volume. What is the volume of that parallel plate capacitor? It is A into D, right? So now you can see that A epsilon by D. What is A epsilon by D? It is nothing but the capacitance C. So can I write it is half into CV square? Yes or no? Half CV
Yes,
square is the energy stored inside that capacitor. Also, you can write it is as Q square by 2C. Why? Because Q equal to CV. So if you multiply it and divide by C, the numerator part will be C square V square, which I can replace by Q square divided by 2C. So which equation to use when? When you will see that the voltage remains constant in that circuit, better to use the first expression half CV square. And when you see that the charge remains constant in that circuit, the voltage can change. So you use that Q square by 2C concept here. Okay. So this is the energy stored in the capacitor. Right. Now there is one more interesting thing that that I need to discuss here. That suppose the capacitor is charged through the battery, there was initially zero charge to that capacitor plate, right? And after I connect this battery, the charge on this plate is plus CV, right? The charge on this plate is plus CV and this plate is minus CV. Now if I ask you what is the work done by the battery during this charging process?
CV square.
Yes, work done by battery is equal to V into delta Q. Now what is delta Q? Initially 0, now it is CV. So it is CV square. Whereas the energy in capacitor is equal to half CV square. Right? So now the question is where the rest part of the energy went during that charging process. The rest energy, which is half CV square, actually was lost in heat energy in that conducting wires, right? So whenever you are charging a capacitor plate, there is definitely some resistance that lie in that circuit, right? So the energy that will be dissipated definitely through the resistance in that circuit. half of the energy will get dissipated as heat, and only half of the energy will be stored in the capacitor, right? Whatever circuit you take, how much, whatever you can see that my resistance is small or anything you can do, but that will always be lost because only half of the energy can be stored in the capacitor and rest half will be lost, right?
Sir, why it is always half? Resistance can
That
vary
can
no,
be
in the circuit.
whatever the maybe the resistance. You can always calculate what is the energy stored in the capacitor. That we have calculated only, and we have calculated work done by the battery. So by calculation, it is coming to be half. We have not assumed anything about the resistance here, right? So rest of energy will be lost in resistance,
Okay, sir.
right? Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, we see this in this condition. The first I will make a question.
Yes.
We are seeing this question that there is a capacitor connected with the battery voltage V, and it is switched on and is well charged with CV and minus CV charge on the other plates. And then we take out the capacitor and change the polarity, or we change the polarity of the battery. Then we find the same energy in the capacitor. You
Yes.
see, half CV square.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now, what I have done some positive work in the changing of the polarity. So, where is the work done gone?
Look here, if you okay, let us try to answer your question. If this is plus CV, right, and you change the polarity of the battery, suppose you have opened that battery and then you have connected the another battery like this. So when I have connected that battery here, now this charge in the capacitor plate will shift from plus CV to minus CV, and that charge will shift from minus CV to plus CV, right? So now if I write down that equation, that what is the delta H, actual what equation I should write for delta H, the heat loss in that circuit, right? You can see that what is the final energy available in that circuit, it is the energy in the capacitance store plus delta H minus initial energy in the capacitor store, that should be equal to the work done by battery, yes or no? Is that equation correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Because initially I am having some energy in the capacitor. In my case, what I have taken earlier, the initial charge on the capacitor was 0, so initial energy was 0. So that is what the work done by a battery is equal to heat loss plus the energy stored in the capacitor. But it may happen, as the case you have just suggested, that the initial charge on the capacitor plate was not 0, now it was CV. So in this case, if I try to write down the same expression here, what is the final energy in the capacitor? You will find the same energy is final half CV square, right? And what is the initial energy in the capacitor inside that system? Again, you are saying that it is also half CV square, right? So what is that heat energy developed inside that circuit? Definitely, if the polarity of the capacitor are changing, then charges are definitely flowing in that circuit. So as charges are flowing, there will be a current and heat loss will be there. So how we can find the heat loss? Here the heat loss is nothing but the work done by battery in this process, right? So what is work done
Sir,
by?
yes, the work done is
Yes, work done by battery. Look, the positive terminal of battery, how much charge the positive terminal has sent? Initially it was minus CV, now it is plus CV. So the
2
charge
CV.
sent is 2 CV, right? So the answer for this question is 2 CV square, right? So however the energy stored in capacitor plates are same, but that heat loss is given by 2 CV square, right? So that
So
is
if the voltage is very high, then the heat loss is very much high.
if the voltage is very
Very
high.
high.
Yes, in both the case, if the voltage is very high, you can see that heat loss is high, but the value of capacitance is also very small. That also,
On microfarads.
yes, yes,
In
it
microfarad.
in microfarad. The heat loss always comes in millijoule or microjoule like that.
Okay, sure.
So work done by battery is is CV square, and half of the work done stored in capacitor. Rest half is lost in resistance as heat, right? And here you can always
I
write,
have a question.
yes,
I have a question.
yes, tell me.
স্যার এখানে তো সার্কিটে কোনো রেজিস্ট্যান্স নাই, তাও হিট লসটাকে আমরা হাফ করছি। তো
Hmm.
যদি এবারে কোনো রেজিস্ট্যান্স থাকে, তো টোটাল কারেন্ট যেটা রেজিস্ট্যান্সে লস হবে, ওটা কি হাফ অফ দ্য
Always,
ওয়ার্ক ডান বাই দ্য ব্যাটারি হবে?
always. We will prove that also. We have not done it in a reversed way. We have not done that delta H is equal to half CV square. We have calculated delta H by calculating work done by battery and energy stored in the capacitor. But once we get to know what is the function of current with respect to time, we can simply find that heat loss by integration of I square R dt also, right? And in that form also you will find the same heat loss. Half CV square will always be the answer, right? But wait for that.
আর
Yes.
আমরা জানি কি কখনো একটা ক্যাপাসিটার মানে ইনফিনিটিতে গিয়ে ডিসচার্জ হয়, তো ইনফিনিটি তক্ক কি হিট লস হবে, সেটা হাফ সিভি স্কোয়ার হবে?
Yes. The entire heat loss is half CV square. Look, in this question, the capacitor shown in figure has capacitance C and initially charged with Q naught. Polarity, is it shown? No. Let me show you the polarity. Initially the capacitor was charged at plus Q naught and minus Q naught like this. Initially the capacitor plates were charged as plus Q naught and minus Q naught. Draw a graph of the heat generated versus work done by the draw a graph of the heat generated in the circuit. I have to change that question a bit. Versus Q naught. That means I can actually vary the initial charge on the capacitor. We have different types of different capacitors where the capacitance is same, but initial charges are different, right? Suppose for one of them it's 1 microcoulomb, second I have taken 2 microcoulomb, 3 microcoulomb was initial charge, and all of them are connected with the same battery. So what will be the graph for heat generated versus Q naught? If this is Q naught initially, and after I close that switch, the final charge on it will be plus CV, right? So can I write that the final energy in the capacitor is half CV square plus the heat loss minus the initial energy is Q square by 2C, Q naught square by 2C. So that is equal to work done by battery. What is work done by battery now? Can I say it is V multiplied by CV minus Q naught? So you can see that Q naught square by 2C, right, minus Q naught into V plus CV square minus half CV square, that means plus half CV square, is equal to delta H. Have you got this equation, everyone? So
Yes.
you can see that this equation is in the form y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, right? So if I try to plot this graph, you can see A is positive, so it will be open upward. Minus of B by 2A, what is minus of B by 2A, positive or negative? Minus B is positive, by 2A is positive. Minus of B by 2A is also positive. And if you try to calculate its discriminant, which is B square is V square actually, B square minus 4AC, 4 into C by 2 V square into 1 by 2C, right? You can see it is also 0. So as the discriminant is 0, definitely you can see that the graph will look like this. Like this. If this is Q naught axis, if this is delta H axis, then the graph will start from a positive point and then it will touch the Q naught, right? Y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c.
Sir, the Q naught can also be negative, so graph ta negative x axis ho jabe to.
You can yes, you can extend this graph like this also. What actually why I have asked you to draw this graph, because I have seen few students asking that if the value of Q naught, initial charge on the capacitor, was more than CV, then why there will be any charge flow, or why there will be any current? Will the, because work done by battery will be there, definitely there will be also work done by battery, right? So that cannot be negative, right? The heat loss cannot be negative. That you need to understand. Heat loss is a I square R deta, always it's a positive quantity, right? So it will be always above the Q naught graph, and even if you increase the Q naught value, right, basically the delta H will gradually again increase, right? So first it will decrease and then again the delta H value will increase, and where the delta H will be 0, definitely if Q naught equal to CV, then battery will not do any work, because the initial and final conditions are same in that case. So the battery will not do any work if Q naught is equal to CV. In that case, the delta H will also be 0. Okay. Have you got this graph,
Yes, sir.
everyone? Okay. The switch was initially at 1, now it is shifted to 2. Find a heat generated after that switch is shifted. When the switch 1 was closed, what was the charge on that capacitor plate? Was it plus CV1 and minus CV1 like this?
Yes, sir.
After I close that switch with 2, then this charge has uh, been from minus CV2 to plus CV2 now, and this will be now plus CV1 to minus CV2.
Yes, sir.
So now if I ask you what is the final energy, so final energy is half CV2 square, right?
Sir,
Yes.
can't we directly use the formula del Q square by 2C? Del Q তো এখান থেকে CV1 plus CV2 আসছে.
Del Q square by 2C. Del Q square by 2C. Why?
Sir, because del Q square by 2C is the formula for heat generated.
How we can find only del Q square by 2C? There was also initial charge. Initial charge was
Initial
there.
charge was CV1 and final charge on the leftmost plate is now minus CV2. So del Q will be CV1 plus CV2.
Okay, let me check it first. So if I use the final formula is half CV2 square plus heat generated is delta H, and the initial energy is minus half CV1 square, and that is equal to work done by battery. What is work done by battery? We have seen that only consider the positive plate and the charge sent by the positive plate. Now what was the charge sent by the battery? Finally it is CV2, initially minus CV1, right? So it is V2 into CV2 plus CV1. Yes or no? So what is heat generated? I can write it as CV2 square minus half CV2 square. So that is half CV2 square, right? Plus half CV1 square and plus CV1 V2, right? Have you calculated this one? Now I can take common half C. So this is V1 square plus V2 square plus twice V1 V2. Yes or no? So I think it is half C into V1 plus V2 whole square.
Sir, and it is same as 10 to 3 আসছে।
Try to solve this one. Find the heat dissipated in the circuit after switch is closed. Initial charges গুলো কত হবে ক্যাপাসিটরে?
স্যার জিরো
হচ্ছে ইনিশিয়াল 0।
0, কারণ দুটো ক্যাপাসিটরের অ্যাক্রসে কোনো রকম ভোল্টেজ ড্রপ দেখতে পাচ্ছি না, তাই তো? Initially, if I take this potential to be 0, you can assume that this is 30 and this is also 30, right? So the potential drop across this is 0, so there will be no flow of charge. But as soon as I close that switch, now this is 30, but this will be 60 volt. So what will be the charge here? 30, 60, this is positive terminal, so that will be 30 into C, right? 60 micro coulomb, that is plus, and similarly that will be plus 60 micro coulomb, right? So what is the final energy of the capacitors? I can take any
আমি ফোনে তোমার কিছু করছিলাম না, জাস্ট ফোনটা
মিউট করে দাও সবাই। Yes. Okay. So now what we can assume, actually, we can assume this circuit like this. Is this circuit equivalent to this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Where the final charge here is plus 60 microcoulomb. This is plus 60 microcoulomb. So if I say that Q square by 2C, you can use 60 square by 2C. Q square by 2C into 2. That is the final energy in the capacitor plates. Q square by 2C plus heat loss, and the initial energy was 0, equal to work done by battery. What was the charge sent by the battery? 60 plus 60, 120, right? So 30 into 120, right? All of them are in microjoules. So 60 square is 3600 by 2 is 1800. So delta H is equal to 1800 microjoules. That is the answer of this question. Right? Look, the questions are very simple. If you only use this formula, directly you will find your answer.
স্যার এটা তো নেগেটিভ আছে।
Negative heat loss, how it can be negative? কোথায় নেগেটিভ আসছে বলো ফর্মুলাতে? It can never be negative.
Sir,
বলো।
sir, how can we calculate the work done by the individual batteries?
Work done by the individual batteries. Work done by individual batteries will be difficult to calculate, because within that 60, you can calculate that this initial charge was 0. হ্যাঁ calculate করা দেখে নিচ্ছি এক সেকেন্ড দাঁড়া। Initially it was 0, so that plate, that battery has definitely provided that charge. But if it is plus 60 minus 60, হ্যাঁ এটা ইনিশিয়ালি এইভাবেও করতে পারো, একই হবে আনসার। If you want individual battery charges, what is charge sent by the 60 volt battery? Definitely it is plus 60 plus 60, that means 120, right?
Yes.
So work done by 60 volt battery is 60 into 120. And what is work done by that 30 volt battery? Initially this plate was having 0 charge, now it is minus 60. So that is minus of 30 into 60. And similarly that is minus of 30 into 60. Yes or no? Am I getting the same answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
72
Yes, sir.
and a 36. Yes, the same answer. So individually you can also do that.
Okay.
Two capacitors with 3 microfarad and 2 microfarad are charged to a potential difference 100 volt and 180 volt respectively. One plate of two capacitors are connected. Now the switch is closed as to connect a cell 100 volt to the plates. Find the charge on the capacitors after it is closed and calculate the heat generated in this circuit. One second. It says two capacitors A and B with capacitor 3 microfarad and 2 microfarad are charged to potential difference 100 and 180 volt. So if they are initially charged, then I can write their initial charges. 3 with 100, so it is plus 300, right? And this was minus, so it is minus 2 into 180 minus 360, right? Plus 360 and minus 300. Now as they are connected, can you see an isolated system like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is the total charge in that isolated system?
60.
60 microfarad. Now one plate are connected as shown. Now switch is closed and to a 100 volt battery. Okay, so that is a question of pre-charge capacitor. We have already done that. Let us again draw that circuit and try to solve for that. 100 volt, switch is closed.
লাস্টেরটা কি অর্ডারে মোটামুটি আসলে মিলিতে আসতে পারে
কিসে?
আমার মিলি জুল আসছে 25.4 মিলি জুল
নেগেটিভ
না না পজিটিভ
আসতে পারে দেখছি তা। So first we have to calculate the final charges on them. Let us assume the final charge on it to be Q. So that will be 60 minus Q, right? That will be minus of 60 minus Q, and that will be minus Q. And that is 100 volt, right? If I write a loop equation anti-clockwise, so minus to plus is plus Q by 3, plus to Q is minus 60 minus Q by 2, and plus 100 is equal to 0, right? So that comes to be 60 minus Q by 2 minus Q by 3 is equal to 100, right? If I multiply it with 6, then 180 minus 3Q minus 2Q is equal to 600, right? Check the calculation. 5Q is equal to minus 420. So Q is equal to minus 85. Have you got this as your final charge?
So বলছো এখানে
নো
84
স্যার
No.
No, sir. 120
sir.
or 180.
120
120.
180 একসাথে।
All right.
120 তো এটাই তো আছে।
84 হবে না?
পুরোটা
84
84 হবে।
84 হবে।
That will be 84, yes.
হ্যাঁ স্যার 84 ছিল।
Just check once again. Let us check the calculation once. Plus Q minus Q. So I am coming from minus to plus, and then again I am coming from plus to minus, and then it is plus 100. So 60 by minus Q by 2 minus Q by 3 is 100. 6. So 3 into 60, 80 minus 3Q minus 2Q is equal to 600. 5Q is equal to minus 420. Yes, I think the calculation is correct. And the charge on another plate is 60 minus Q, that will be minus 144. 60 minus Q is plus 144. 60 minus Q is plus 144. Right? So now the charge on this plate which was initially Initially the charge was plus 300. Now the charge on this plate is minus q, that means plus 84. And initially the charge on this plate was minus 360, right? From there we have got the charge
minus
on
150.
this plate is now it is minus of 60 minus q, that means minus 144, right? Alright, so now I can find what is the final energy. Final energy, I can say that it is q square by 2c plus q square by 2c plus heat generated minus initial energy was q square, half c v square, you can do it, right? Half c into v square, initial it will be plus half c into v square, 180 square, is equal to work done by battery. Only battery is this 100 volt. So work done by battery, what is the charge sent by the positive terminal of the battery? Initially it was 300, now it is 84. So it is minus charge it has sent, right? So 84 minus 300 is minus 216. This should be the equation from where I will get my delta H, right? A lengthy calculation, I think it is minus 21600 plus half CV square 100 into 100 means 50. If I say it is 50 into
1.5 into 10 to the power 2.
yes, 50 into
স্যার
3 is
এটা
1.
পরে সলভ করে নিব না পরে
5. Yes, you can solve it definitely. 50 into 5, 150 into 00, and that is also plus 90. Also, it is 180 into 180. Have anyone solved it? What is the answer that I am trying to find?
41040.
Yes,
41040 আসছে
41040. Okay. If you solve it, definitely you will find a positive answer, right? Micro, the answer will be in microjoule, right? 41040, maybe, right? Now, before going to the RC circuit, there is another important topic. It's effect of insertion of dielectric in the capacitor. Basically, why do we insert dielectric slab in a capacitor plate? There are two reasons behind that. If you remember the first class of capacitor, we have discussed that the capacitance of a system also depends on the dielectric constant of the surrounding medium, right? Because suppose if you in a metal plate, if you store 100 microcoulomb charge and before it gets discharged, why it gets discharged? Because there is a surrounding dielectric where the breakdown voltage may be less than the electric field that is developed due to that metal charge conductor, right? Now if I just change that dielectric constant of the surrounding so that it can withstand a higher breakdown voltage, then definitely you can store more charge in that capacitor. So definitely if I insert dielectric in a capacitor, it is going to increase the capacitance. How? We will analyze mathematically also. And the second important thing is that it will also give the capacitor a mechanical strength. As you remember that if there is a positive plate and negative plate, then they will attract each other, right? So in between them, if you place dielectric or non-conductor or insulator material, then it will also provide a mechanical strength to that system. So that is the use of dielectric. But basically we will talk about how the capacitor has changed its value after the insertion of dielectric. For example, you can see here in this diagram, that I have taken a very basic parallel plate capacitor where the charges are plus Q minus Q and the electric field in between them is V by D. Now what will happen if I insert a dielectric? So these equations are known to us: Q equal to CV, E equal to Q by A epsilon naught. Right? Sigma by epsilon naught is the electric field. That can also be written as V by D. Because the uniform electric field is there, I can write V by D. And C from there I can calculate is A epsilon by D. What will happen now if I place a dielectric in between them? Now see what I have done. For the same configuration, now I have changed the charge Q. Right? Why the charge Q has changed? Because the effective capacitance between the plate is not A epsilon by D now. It has changed. So the battery has to send a different voltage, different charge now. Right? And let us assume that charge to be Q prime and minus Q prime as I have shown. But what about the electric field in between the dielectric? Will that electric field be also V by D, or the electric field will change now?
So it will change.
It will change?
Yes, sir. It decreases actually.
It will decrease. Alright. Why the electric field will decrease?
স্যার কেন কি নরমাল
induced electric field start হবে মানে
Look, this is a very common question, very simple question.
স্যার পোলারাইজেশনের জন্য
Try to understand this question. Just few years back, JEE Advanced also asked that same question, and I was surprised that students actually marked the wrong answer. Suppose this is a.
So what was the question?
The question is that if I insert a dielectric, what will be the value of the electric field in between them? Is it again V by D, or it is going to change?
Change, sir.
It will
No, sir.
decrease because induced.
Means, yeah. Sir, it will remain same.
Look, if the initial situation is this, where the charge was Q, then I can say that the electric field is Q by A epsilon naught in between them. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, if after connection and insertion of the dielectric, what is the charge on the metal plate now? Will the charge on the metal plate remain the same?
No, sir,
It will be Q prime. So if there were no dielectric, what will be the electric field in between the space of the plates?
Q dash by epsilon.
Q prime by epsilon naught. Now if I insert a dielectric, then what will be the electric field in between them? If I insert a dielectric of constant K,
opposite direction.
do you remember this property of dielectric we have studied already? That if the external electric field, this external electric field is Q prime by A epsilon naught, then what will be the net electric field inside the slab?
By Q dash by epsilon not K.
Yes, it will be only divided by K. Do you remember that? It is a basic concept that we
Yes, sir.
need in this dielectric. Okay. Now this is the new electric field. For example, this is the old electric field and this is the new electric field E prime. Now if I ask you that the separation remains same, the separation is not changed, yes or no? The separation
Yes, sir.
remains same. Also the voltage remains same. Now if I ask you what is the potential difference between the 2 points, this point and this point, what is the potential difference between these 2 points now?
Same.
In terms of E prime, what you will write now? Is it only E prime into D, or you are going to write some other thing?
Yes, sir. E prime into D.
Same.
So the thickness of
No, sir.
this,
No, sir. No, sir.
so the
The
thickness of that medium.
Yes, that thickness is negligible. You can see there is no gap in between. There is no gap in between the dielectric slab and the plates. I have only shown that gap so that I can show you the charges. Otherwise, there is no gap. So, what is the potential difference? Is that electric field also uniform inside the dielectric? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, what is the potential difference between the two ends of the dielectric plate?
So it is always
E prime into
It's the
D.
same.
It is also E prime into D. So, can I say that E prime into D is also V or not?
yes, sir.
And here in this case also E into D was V or not?
Yes, sir.
So can I say that E prime is also V by D?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that you need to understand. This was a question in JEE Advanced multi-correct option, and students say that sir, I have not marked it. Why? They are again. It is definitely a bit confusing, right? On the first observation, it is very obvious that why the electric field will be the same. But if you look deep, then the electric field has to be the same because the distance between the plate are the same, and the voltage remains the same. So if you find the electric field definition by V by D, then you can see V and D in both the cases are same. So basically the electric field is not changing. What is changing? That charge appearing on the metal plate, that will change. Have you understood this one?
मानेगा Q equals to Q dash by K.
Sir, one second. Can you tell?
Yes, I'm saying that when you insert a dielectric, the electric field in between the plates, in this particular case, if I say, the electric field is not changing. Why? Because the distance between the plate remains the same. The potential difference across the plate remain the same. So why the electric field will change? If the electric field changes, then definitely electric field is V by D. If V and D both are same, why electric field will change? Definitely it will not change.
Sir, then you are saying that Q dash is greater than Q.
Definitely. Yes. So now what is changing? Q prime is changing. Why Q prime is changing? Because now the electric field, previously the electric field was Q by A epsilon naught. Now the electric field is Q prime by A epsilon naught into K. Right? So if the electric fields are same, then the relation between Q and Q prime is a very simple relation, that Q by A epsilon is equal to Q prime by A into epsilon naught into K. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes?
Q equal to Q prime.
Yes. So now we can understand.
Q prime into KQ.
Yes.
Equal to KQ.
Yes, good. So now I can understand that Q by A epsilon naught is equal to Q prime by A epsilon naught K. So basically what has increased? Q prime is equal to K into Q. Now can you see that the capacitor stores more charge with the same potential?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason behind that insertion of dielectric. Now if Q prime is increased by the value of K and potential is constant, so can I say that now the effective capacitance, which is C prime, Q is equal to CV. Now effective capacitance also has been increased by K times?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? So if earlier it was A epsilon by D, now it is K into A epsilon by D.
Then
Yes.
তো ওখানে যখন ডাইলেকট্রিক ইনসার্ট করেছেন তখন ডাইলেকট্রিক ওটারও তো কিছু পোলারাইজেশন হবে, তো সেটার জন্য তো কিছু অপোজিট
পোলারাইজেশনের জন্যই তোর ভেতরে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ডটা 1/k টাইমস হয়ে গেছে। ডাইলেকট্রিকের ভেতরে যদি
একবার ইনভেস্টিগেট।
হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ স্যার বুঝেছি।
হ্যাঁ, ওটার যদি পোলারাইজেশন না হতো তো ভেতরে ফিল্ড কেন চেঞ্জ করব? Look, this question says that the parallel plate capacitor is there. Now it is connected across a battery and a dielectric slab is there also, right? So if the capacitance was C, what is the charge on the capacitor plate now? The charge on the capacitor plate is Q equal to CV. Now the C is K into A epsilon by D. Can I say that this positive charge on the capacitor plate is this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now if I disconnect that battery now, will that charge remain the same or it will change?
Remain same.
Remain the same. The same Q charge will be there. The same Q charge will be there. Right. Now if I take that dielectric out, will that charge change or it will remain the same? Same. Because the charge has nowhere to flow. No path to flow. So the charge will remain the same. Right. So now what is the potential difference? Now I can say that the potential difference is equal to that charge divided by the capacitance. Now what is the capacitance? If I have taken this out, then what is the capacitance of that system?
KC.
Yes, it is only C. It is not K into C
Only
now.
C.
Earlier it was K into C. Capacitance earlier it was K into C. Now it is only C. So
Yes,
it is
sir.
A epsilon by D only. So that should be your answer. Right? So V prime is equal to Q divided by A epsilon by D. So what
It
will
is coming heavy.
Sir, it is KV.
yes.
Yes. Some are telling V by K.
Yes.
KV.
It will be K into V. Because the charge will remain the same, and now the capacitance, as you have taken it out, the capacitance has decreased, right? So the potential will increase, K into V.
Yes.
Understood this one? Okay.
Yes, sir.
It will be V by K in which case? If initially there were no dielectric, and after I disconnect the battery, then I insert the dielectric plate, then the answer will be V by K.
Yes.
Yes, by K.
Yes, you can try this. All right. Inside a parallel plate capacitor of plate area A and separation D, two dielectric slab of dielectric constant K and 2K are inserted as shown in figure. You can assume the dielectric slabs to be identical. Right?
Please.
Inside a parallel plate capacitor, two dielectric slabs are inserted as shown. Alright. So if the plate area is A, this will also be A. This is D by 2. This will be D by 2. Right? So you can always assume this to be a series capacitor like this. Right? Why look, at this point, all the points are equipotential, yes or no? All these points are equipotential along this line.
Yes.
Why can you tell me? Why the points are equipotential?
The potential difference the same থাকবে.
Electric fields are
Because electric fields are perpendicular to this line.
electric field are perpendicular.
Yes, because electric field is perpendicular to this line. So whenever you have an equipotential line, you can always replace that line by a conductor. Right? Because conductor is also equipotential. So look, this junction I have replaced by a conductor which has two phases. One phase is making a capacitor with this plate, another phase is making a capacitor with this plate. Right? So this is C1 and C2. I have connected.
এরকম ধরলে তো জিরো হওয়ার কথা।
তো
0
প্লেটে যেহেতু মানে ক্যাপাসিটর দুটো প্লেটের তো সেম চার্জ থাকে।
দুটো ক্যাপাসিটরে কি বলছো বুঝলাম না।
একটা ক্যাপাসিটরে দুটো প্লেটে তো সেম চার্জ থাকে, মানে অপোজিট ম্যাগনিটিউডটা সেম থাকে, তার সাইন খালি অপোজিট।
একটা ক্যাপাসিটরে দুটো প্লেটে, আচ্ছা
সেম
তুমি
ম্যাগনিটিউড,
হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ
চার্জ।
তাহলে এটা যতটা পজিটিভ থাকবে ওটা তত নেগেটিভ হবে, তাহলে তো ইন্টারফেস জিরো হয়ে যাচ্ছে, এরকম দেখতে হবে।
এখানে চেক করতে হবে যদি ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড আমি দেখি, মানে তুমি আচ্ছা এখানে এই চার্জ ডেনসিটির জন্য বলছো।
হ্যাঁ মানে আপনি মানে দুটো মানে
হ্যাঁ
আমরা যদি দুটো ক্যাপাসিটর
ঠিক ঠিক ঠিক, ওইভাবে এইভাবে দেখতে গেলে তুমি এখানে চার্জ ডেনসিটি 0 পেয়ে যাবে, right? But look, I have asked you to find the charge density at the interface of the dielectrics, right? So this is basically not a dielectric, this is a metal plate, right?
স্যার আপনি তো শুধু রিপ্রেজেন্ট করলেন
আমি
সার্কিটটাকে,
এটাকে একটা মেটাল প্লেট দিয়ে
এটা
রিপ্রেজেন্ট
ধরি
করেছি। সো আই
তাহলে ওই আইসোলেটেড পয়েন্টটা তো জিরোই তো হওয়া উচিত, ওটাকে তো আইসোলেটেড সার্কিট করতেই পারি ওই জায়গাটা, মানে ইকুইভ্যালেন্ট সার্কিট যেটা করলেন E1 এর নেগেটিভ প্লেট আর C2 পজিটিভ প্লেটে।
দেখো in order to find the equivalent capacitance you
না
can
সরি লাস্টের কোশ্চেনটার জন্য ওই
লাস্টের
density।
কোশ্চেনটাতে আসছি আমি, লাস্টের কোশ্চেনটাতে আসছি আগে। First, in order to find the equivalent capacitance, you can always take a metal plate in between them, a very thin metal plate, so that I can isolate the capacitors and I can find their equivalent. This is the only equivalent representation, right? So, what is the total equivalent capacitance? I can write it is C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. That we can easily find. C1 is equal to K into A epsilon by D by 2, and C2 is equal to K into 2K into A epsilon by D by 2, right? So from there I can find what is C equivalent. It is D by 4 and it is D by 2. So 2D by 4 and it is D by 4.
So it
3D
is
by
coming
4
4k epsilon a epsilon naught by
by
3.
3D. 4K epsilon naught by 3D. So that should be your answer as equivalent capacitance, right? Also you can do it if you do not take this as a equivalent network, then you can also find it by calculating the charge and the potential difference, right? No problem in that.
2k কেন নিলেন? আচ্ছা d
D by 2 আছে নিচে, তাই আমি 2 উপরে নিয়ে নিয়েছি, right? So this is the easiest way to find the equivalent capacitance, where you can draw networks like this. Now what is the charge density on the metal plate? If I know the equivalent capacitance is this one, then what is the charge sent by the battery?
CV into V divided
CV
by
C equivalent into V।
Yes, it is C equivalent into V. So that will be 4K A epsilon naught into V divided by 3D. So what is the charge density in the metal plate?
divided by A।
divided
Charge
by
density is Q divided by A, right? So it is 4A epsilon naught divided by 3D into V. That is the answer to the second question. Electric field inside the dielectric. What is the electric field for this charge? This electric field due to this metal, right? Electric field due to this metal is equal to sigma divided by epsilon naught. Yes or no?
yes sir.
Yes।
Sigma divided by epsilon naught. And what is electric field inside the dielectric? Inside the dielectric, electric field net, if I say electric field inside this K, that will be E naught by K.
বলছি চার্জ ডেনসিটি অফ দ্য মেটাল এ 4k এপসিলন হবে না?
এক সেকেন্ড,
আসলে ওখানে এটা কি হতো?
হ্যাঁ বলো কি বলছো?
এটা থাকবে না, কে
ওখানে এটা কে হতো ওই সিগমা মেটালটা?
আচ্ছা এটা কি থাকে,
এর জায়গায় কে?
এই ক্যান্সেল হয়ে যাবে। So E naught is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, and Ek is equal to E naught by K, and E2K is equal to E naught by 2K. Can I write these equations?
yes sir.
Yes. So that is definitely sigma metal by K epsilon naught. So that is 4V by 3D, and that
তাহলে
is
পজিটিভ আসবে
2V by 3D. Yes, বলো।
ইন্টারফেসে চার্জ ডেনসিটি তাহলে তো স্যার পজিটিভ আসবে।
দেখে নিচ্ছি। So it is 4b by 3d, 2b by 3d. You can also see that 4b by 3d into d by 2 is equal to 2b by 3. 2b by 3d into d by 2 is equal to v by 3. So 2v by 3 plus v by 3 equal to v. So total potential difference I can find from the electric field multiplied by d by 2. Right? So Ek and E2k we have calculated. The third question. Now come to the fourth question. It says what is the charge density of the interface? What I will use now? A simple Gaussian surface, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the inside charge? Inside charge for Ek is 4b by 3d. And
Yes,
the
sir.
outside electric field is 2v by 3d.
It will be negative. It will be.
So I can say outside I have taken positive, outside is taken positive. So 2v by 3d into delta s minus 4b by 3d into delta s. Delta s is the small cross section that I have taken here, right? And that is equal to sigma into delta s divided by epsilon naught. Have I written this equation correct?
Yes.
So from there I can find that sigma is equal to epsilon naught into 2v by 3d minus.
Yes, sir.
Look, we can definitely assume a metal plate there. No problem. Suppose this is the... Yes. I'm just... Let me just draw that diagram. Suppose this is the metal plate. This is a slab. Right? This is a slab. Dielectric slab. And I have assumed another metal plate here. Of whatever may be the thickness of the metal plate. Right? And there is another dielectric slab here. Now your question, what I understand that your question is that arrangement true? Can I use that metal
Yes, sir.
plate? Can I use that
Yes.
metal plate? Because if I use that metal plate, then the charge on the metal plate should be 0, right? But if the charge on this segment, it is plus, this is minus, this is plus, and this is minus, this is plus, and this is minus. So if this charge is minus, and this charge is plus, this charge is minus, this charge is suppose Q1, and this charge is Q2, then according to the induction, this metal plate, if I only draw now, this metal plate has in this side has induced charge of minus Q1, and this metal plate in this side has induced charge plus Q2. Is that
সে এরকম তো হবে না
yes?
That is not possible, sir.
সে এরকম তো হবে না কারণ তো ওটা তো আলাদা চার্জ হবে ওটা তো ডাইলেক্ট্রিক
Look, why this is not possible? You are saying that now the total should be 0, but it is not 0. How we can find that? Now the question is that if this charge is Q1 and if this charge is Q, suppose this charge is Q, this charge is minus Q, right? So will that metal plate have minus Q1 charge or minus Q charge?
ফিউচার
It will have minus Q, because that electric field that is just getting out of this dielectric slab will have no effect of E by K. That electric field will be E naught or E naught by K. What will be that electric field?
এই নট অনলি নট
It will be
naught.
E naught.
Only not.
Right? This electric field is E naught in this vacuum in between the dielectric and this. So before entering the metal, the electric field has changed from E naught by K to E naught again, right? So the charge here will not be minus Q1 or not be minus plus Q2. The charge will be minus Q and plus Q. So as it was neutral, it will always be neutral.
সে এটা তো খালি
Conductor and dielectric.
Bolo?
If there is no gap between the conductor and the dielectric,
Again, we have the electric field has to first leave that slab and then it will enter. Is it possible the electric field without leaving that dielectric entering that metal plate?
oh yes, sir. Got
Sir?
it.
Yes.
Sir,
Bolo.
তাহলে তো এটাকে খালি জংশনই নয় যে কোনো জায়গাতে ইনসার্ট করা যেতে পারে এরকম
At
একটা
any junction, but the condition should be it should be equipotential. Right?
স্যার সবগুলো পারপেন্ডিকুলার সারফেস তো যে
Yes,
কোনো
any perpendicular electric field you can use that. No problem. right? Okay, I think now your doubt is clear.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes, sir.
good question. Yes. Now try to solve this question also, all these three parts. All right. Let me just solve it.
ইউনিফর্ম চার্জ ডেন্সিটি পাওয়া যাবে মেটালে?
মেটালের সব জায়গাতে না, ওপরের নিচে ডিফারেন্ট। Look here, you can find the equivalent capacitance. Again, if I say that there are two capacitors are there which are in parallel. Can you see the equivalent circuit like this? Why I have taken these two different? Because look, the charge density at this junction, the charge at the upper section of this metal plate, if it is Q1, the charge on the lower section of the metal plate will not be the same. Why? My purpose here to take Q1, Q2 different is the electric field should be the same in both the dielectrics.
Yes.
Right? Why the electric field should be the same? Because again the V by D, electric field is given by V by D. As the D is same, V is same. So the electric field for both of them are same. Right? Both
Sir,
of them.
ওই প্লেটে যে আর্গুমেন্টটা দিল কি সাইক্লিক গেলে জিরো হবে
সেটাও নিতে পারো, গুড, সেটাও নিতে পারো যে তুমি ওপর নিচে একটা ক্লোজ লুপ ধরলে ই ডট ডিএল জিরো হতেই হবে, কাজে দুটোতে ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড সেম হতেই হবে তোমার। If the electric field is same in both the upper and lower slabs, then charge definitely will be different because E is somehow related to Q and K are different. So that is why charge I have taken different. So I have taken this to parallel configuration now. No problem in that. C1 and C2 are parallel. So what is equivalent capacitance? C1 plus C2. And I can say it is K into A by 2 epsilon by D plus 2K into A by 2 epsilon by D. So your answer should be 3K into A epsilon by 2D. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
No problem in that. First question. The second question is charge density of metal plates. Look, so that have two different charge density I will get. One is Q1 by A by 2, another is Q2 by A by 2, right? So for the upper section, the charge density will be Q1, which is C1 into V divided by A by 2, right? And the lower plate will be C2 into V divided by A by 2, right? So it is 2 into V by A into C1, which is K into A epsilon by 2D, and that is 2 into V by A into C2, which is 2K into A epsilon by 2D. Have you got these charge densities?
Yes.
Yes.
sir.
And what is the ratio of electric fields inside the dielectrics? 1. Right? Electric fields will be the same. So this answer of the third question is 1.
স্যার
বলো।
চার্জটা যখন আলাদা আলাদা হবে তাহলে মেটালিক ইন্টারফেসের চার্জ ফ্লো হবে না কোন?
স্যার এটাই জিজ্ঞেস করতে
মেটালের ইন্টারফেসে কি বলছো?
যে সাইডটা মেটালের দিকে আছে সেখানে কোনো চার্জ ফ্লো স্টার্ট হয়ে যাবে না যদি চার্জ আলাদা আলাদা হয় দু জায়গায়?
যে সাইডটা মেটালের দিকে আছে,
হ্যাঁ
মেটাল ফেসে ওখানে তো একটা ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড এক্সিস্ট করবে, কারণ দুই জায়গায় চার্জ আলাদা, তাহলে সেম পোটেনশিয়াল কিভাবে হবে?
তোমাকে সেম পোটেনশিয়ালের জন্য কি ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড ডিফারেন্ট হওয়া উচিত না ইলেকট্রিক ফিল্ড পারপেন্ডিকুলার হওয়া উচিত?
না স্যার ফিল্ড বলছি না আমি, ওটা চার্জটা আলাদা আলাদা হলে চার্জ ফ্লো স্টার্ট হবে না কিছু?
আচ্ছা, বলছি মেটালের ভেতরে চার্জ ফ্লো হবে কি না?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
চার্জ ফ্লো কি ডিফারেন্ট চার্জের জন্য হয় না ডিফারেন্ট পোটেনশিয়ালের জন্য হয়?
পোটেনশিয়াল
ডিফারেন্ট পোটেনশিয়ালের জন্য হয়।
Potential.
এই মেটাল প্লেটটা কি সেম পোটেনশিয়ালে আছে না আলাদা পোটেনশিয়ালে আছে এই দুটো পার্ট?
সেম পড়ে
ও হ্যাঁ
How
same
the charge
potential,
will
ঠিক
flow?
আছে হ্যাঁ স্যার বুঝেছি